Hey everyone, it's Bronny. Welcome to my 1,000 subscriber Q&A. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It really means the world to me. I'm so appreciative for each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for all your questions. I'm gonna go through as many as I can and help you guys learn a little bit more about me as we grow this community together. Without further ado, let's get right into the questions. First question, what stadium are you most excited to play in for the 2025 season? I'm excited for each and every city that we go to and every stadium that we play in. I think Nashville is gonna be a big one for me. I can't wait to go out there. I've never been to Nashville before, so really excited. What is your go-to meal after a game? Wow, that is a great question. My go-to meal after a game is always gonna be Bronny's famous chicken pesto pasta. Who are your roommates? My roommates are Tanner Tinder Thomas, Bryson Everyday Bloomer, and Noah Fisher. And then Ken's1309 asked, what is your favorite part about being roommates with Tanner, Fisher, and Bloomer? I would have to say I really enjoy how much we push each other and keep each other accountable. I was most excited to be living with 3 other party animals this year, as well as to be able to work on my social media content and really elevate it to the next level. Hope_Peacock24 asked, favorite Bible verse and why? That's a great question. I love that question. And it's going to be Philippians 4:11-13. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. And it's just my favorite because it is a great one to keep me going, especially in times of trouble where I'm really down on myself, and I remind that through him all things are possible. So thank you so much for that question, Hope. From Jedia_Mitchell is, where's Buddy while you're on tour? That's a great question. Unfortunately, I can't bring Buddy with me everywhere we go on tour, so he is back home on the West Coast with my family. As I travel the world, I get to see him. Some cities that we go to, like in Arizona, I got to see him because it was close to California, but it definitely breaks my heart that I'm not able to see Buddy all the time on tour. I miss him more than anything. What is your go-to hype song for game day? Ooh. My go-to hype song for game day is actually going to be Now or Never from High School Musical. That song will always pump me up. Favorite food to cook? I would have to say my absolute favorite food to cook is my mom's chicken piccata recipe. So good. I love it. What is your favorite Star Wars movie and character? Great question. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I would have to say my favorite Star Wars movie is going to be Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Favorite Star Wars character is absolutely Anakin Skywalker. I was told I looked like Anakin Skywalker as a kid a little bit with my long hair, so I always dressed up as him for Halloween. I always had Star Wars birthday parties growing up. Big Star Wars guy. Was it hard to transition from baseball to banana ball? As a catcher, I always was taught by my mom and my coaches to block everything and to make sure nothing gets by you, even if there's nobody on base. If you have the possibility to show that you're gonna block it, just so it gives the confidence to the pitcher. And that carried on into banana ball, where everything you can steal on any pass ball, so everything has to be blocked. So I would say as a catcher, that was an easy part going into banana ball, but it was a little bit difficult to get it underneath my feet and really understand how the game works and the ways that you can really use this game to your advantage. Oh, good question right here from Lexus. Did you ever consider playing a different position besides catcher? I actually play all 9 positions. Most people don't know that about me, but I am primarily a catcher, but I also play every single other position on the field. One summer I was playing in Brockton, and I actually got the chance to play every single position in a game. So I started out at catcher the first inning, went to first, shortstop, second, third, left field, right field, center field, and then the last inning I closed it out on the mound, and then we ended up walking it off. So it was actually one of the coolest experiences of my life. So I play primarily catcher, but I can play every position on the field. If you could have any guest player on the Party Animals, who would it be, dead or alive? I would say Air Bud. I think that would be so cool if we got Air Bud out here. Ooh, Allison D. Hibbs asked, what is your favorite movie? And I have a lot of favorite movies. I talked about Star Wars before, but one movie that I always like to go to just make me feel good is Good Will Hunting. What's the process to prepare for all the choreography you have to do in games? Wow, great question. We do a lot of rehearsals. We, as banana ball players and entertainers, we take this very seriously. And it is a lot of time that we dedicate to the choreography, to spacing, to making sure that we're in the right places at the right times. We want to put on a really good show and make sure our dances are really good. And so we spend almost as much time as we practice dancing and practicing choreography as well. Isolated Color asks, what's the story behind the mismatched Converse? Great question. So I was gonna make a video about this, but I'll tell you guys as a little insight. I got the white Converse, Comme des Garçons, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I was just calling them the white Converse CDGs. And at ASU, I was playing ball, and they were my favorite shoes to always wear. I had a teammate, Johnny Weaver, shout out Johnny. Johnny had the same size of Converse CDGs, but in black. And he didn't really like them, and they didn't really fit him that well, so he offered them to me, and I bought them off him. So I had the white pair of Converse CDGs, the white pair of Converse CDGs, and the black pair of Converse CDGs. And I was playing season, and we were struggling a little bit, and so we needed a win. And I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious because I'm a baseball player. So I decided to go with one white shoe and one black shoe and wore that as my game day fit. And long story short, I ended up having one of the best games, and we won. And as a baseball player, you know, once you win, you can't switch up anything because it's messing up the winning vibe, right? So I kept doing it every single game day. I had one white pair of Converse CDGs and one black pair of Converse CDGs, and it just always was my thing. When I got to Banana Land, I learned about custom cleats and that you could make any shoe into a cleat. So I decided to make one pair of black and white Converse into a pair of cleats, and then one pair that I can just wear always around. And so that was my game day thing. I'll always wear the black and white Converse to the stadium, and then I'll wear the black and white Converse cleats for the game. So it's something that's just started out as a little fun thing, and it's kind of become my thing now. So good question. Leah96 said, what would you be doing if you weren't playing baseball? Now, a lot of people might not know this, but I actually studied physics and aerospace engineering in college and got my degrees, and I actually have a big passion for aerospace engineering and space in general. So after college, I actually was really looking into going to work at a lot of aerospace companies and aerospace corporations. So that's what I would be doing if I wasn't playing banana ball. I'd probably be studying rockets right now, working on propulsion engines, and being in a lab. So it's still something I really care about and have a passion for, which is why I go to schools and talk about baseball and science and how they work together. But yeah, aerospace engineering is probably what I would be doing right now. Katie Hunt asked, who would play you in a movie? Ooh, good question. If I could have any actor play me in a movie, I would probably want Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds, one of the Ryans, probably pretty good. Matt Parliament asked, who has had the biggest impact on your baseball career? And this is an easy answer, my mom. Most definitely, my mom has been my biggest supporter for me anywhere I've gone, and always been behind my back in every single thing that I've done. I'm so grateful for her. She's the first coach I ever had and the best coach I'll ever have. So sorry to all my other coaches, but my mom has been my biggest impact on my baseball career. How long have you been playing baseball? That's a great question. I have been playing baseball since I was 4 years old. I started out in the backyard, just swinging the bat around, and one thing led to another, and it became my love. How did you get into banana ball and become a party animal? I finished up baseball at Arizona State, and I was playing summer ball actually in Northern California in Sacramento when the Bananas and the Party Animals came by to Sacramento at the Rivercat Stadium, and they asked me to come by and play one game with them. And I came on by, not sure what to think of it. I knew of the Bananas from seeing some TikToks. Got there to the Rivercat Stadium and met the players. They were so nice, so genuine. I really enjoyed talking with them, taking BP, taking ground balls with them. And then when it got to game time, I just fell in love with everything. The entertainment, the crowd, the fan interaction, the smiles and the joy that I felt that day from one game in Sacramento, I knew this was the right place for me. What was your favorite dance from 2024? It's gonna have to be $1 Million Baby. And if you don't know it, I mean, come on, let me show you. What was your favorite walk-up / celebration in the 2024 World Tour? That's a great question. My favorite walk-up is going to be a tie between Runaway Baby that we did in Arizona and I'm Still Standing that we finished off the season in Florida with. Both of those were so much fun and I had a blast. If I had to pick one, I would probably say I'm Still Standing from Florida. That was so much fun. I actually grew up playing piano, so I'm playing piano in that clip. If you guys don't know, it's just not picking up in the sound. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you guys again so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully some of these questions gave you a little bit more insight about me, and let's keep growing, keep building that community, keep putting love out there and catching kindness out in this world.